Good morning, Jessica. You're muted, and boom, 9 o'clock on the dot. I like to be punctual.
Good morning, Claude. Is it just you and me?
Well, there's other people on, but some people are shy and
Oh,
reluctant. How can
oh
you be
yeah.
like that if you're going to be in sales?
Yes,
A topic here.
it's
That
true.
we've all today is expression day. One of my favorite expressions, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. What does
It's
that
so
mean?
true.
So true. What does that mean to you?
Me?
Yeah.
It
What do
means,
you-
you got to shout out if you need something or if you're trying to offer something, you got to be bold and get the message out there.
But we've always heard the meek shall inherit the earth. I'm going to get a little biblical here. I think it's
Mm,
old. Is that
mm.
old? I think it's Old Testament or something. Okay. Is the meek shall inherit the earth? That means the quiet will get everything they want in life?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I
Hasn't
think,
been my experience.
yeah,
It just
yeah.
means you got to ask for what you want. You can do it politely, you can do it meekly, I guess, if you want, but you got to ask, right?
Say that again. Well, how do you get what you want in life?
You got to ask for it.
You got to ask for it. Okay. And I don't mean, good morning, Steve. And I don't mean ask for the order 5 times. They still say this in a lot of the old sales seminars and books. And to me, you keep asking for the sale. It shows
Right.
that it shows desperation. It shows
Yes.
you're the chihuahua at the table begging on steak night. And I don't think people respect you if you. I think there's a time and a place to ask. Absolutely.
Yes.
The meek may inherit the earth, but they're sure not going to make a sale today, right? So
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of timing and psychology into asking for the order.
Yes.
Uh, Absolutely. Steve, what do you think? What do you think about when should you ask for the order, or should you let the prospect give it to you, or what's your take on it? You're a
Mm.
good closer.
Well, I don't know. Truth be told, I kind of wing it,
We
and
all do.
I
Very good. We
I
all do.
mostly what I mostly do is I will ask a lot of questions so that eventually they're kind of asking me for something, and then once they're asking, then I'm listening, and once they're kind of telling me they want it, then I'm saying yes. And by the way, all we got to do is sign here, and we're good to go, right?
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
never really asking. I'm waiting for them to sort of tell me.
But
And
you remember the old school stuff. You got to ask at least 5 times. If you don't ask in a
yeah,
conversation 5 times for the order, you're doing something. Brandon, you got to jump in. I love your background there, that freedom in the sand. I love
Yeah,
that, man. Good morning.
thanks. Good morning.
What do you think about asking for the order? Jessica and I were just talking about the meek inherit the earth, but I think the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, if you don't ask, you knock and what's the biblical scripture say?
The meek shall inherit the earth.
Well, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you.
Isn't the
Ask
Bible?
and you
What?
shall get, right?
Even God
I just
doesn't open the door if you don't knock.
I did a prayer last night. I asked God to show me how to make $1 million, another $1 million. Because that's what we need right now for our family. And Greg said, he laughed. I said, I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
Without
Right?
getting religious, is it okay to pray for happiness in your life, success, long life, health, prosperity? Is
Of
that all right?
course. Absolutely.
What's with that? I'm not getting biblical. I stay away from religion and politics and the latest diet, okay? But what happens when you talk to whatever entity or religion or whatever? What happens to you personally when you have this heightened awareness and you talk to yourself or you talk to your entity or whatever you want to do? Okay, you meditate on it, whatever you do. Don't you raise your focus on that objective?
Yes, you do. You begin to plan it. You manifest. You start to manifest. It starts with a thought, and you manifest what you want.
I never know where these Monday group calls are going to go. Good morning, Mr. Bolden.
Hey, good morning. How
Good
are you guys
morning.
doing today?
We're talking the Bible this morning in sales.
Yeah. I love
Here's a perfect
it.
if you
All
think
right,
about
that sounds
biblical
good to me.
principles. Remember Joseph of Egypt?
Yeah, And
the
the
whole
Technicolor
Technicolor
Dream.
Dream Code and
I
all that stuff.
yeah, I
Yeah.
saw the Broadway show.
Yeah. So the way, if you think about it, he was faithful all along through all that stuff. He was consistent. He was all, if you think about him at Potiphar's house and Potiphar's, he was a very good, he did the work. He did the work. He was very diligent and consistent.
Yes.
Now, what happens is sometimes we're waiting on God, but the way God works
Yes.
is he goes suddenly. He goes from a prisoner to the prime minister
Yeah.
of Egypt overnight. His faithfulness never waned. His consistency never waned. The reward came suddenly.
You
Yeah.
said a very interesting word, consistency.
Yeah.
You guys know I say it every Monday. I talk to if I can talk to a few people every day, ask them questions, gut style. Gee, what's your biggest challenge? What's your biggest problem? What would you like to see happen? Anything like, and I enter in a conversation and I have that consistent, that conscious awareness that every day I'm going to speak to 5 people. Guess what happens to my business?
It
Goes
grows.
up.
It
Yeah.
grows. It grows. Are there other factors involved in that? Sure. There's a way to ask questions. Can you make it entertaining, amusing? You don't want to go to strangers and scare the hell out of them all day long. I mean, there's a certain panache way to do it. But there's definitely, you know, I think there's a consistent behavior, a belief system. How important is it to be confident when you talk to people? Kind of what you were saying, Brandon. You know, do you think, oh, gee whiz, I wish I had more money? Or, you know what? Today I'm gonna make something happen today. I don't know if I'm gonna get what I want, but I'm gonna take the necessary steps to get where I want. And I think we have to be practical about a lot of things. I think we
Mhm.
can't just look at the sky and say, give it to me, give it to me. You
Right.
guys know the old joke. Um, oh gosh, the old man, he's praying every day. He's a devout religious man. He prays every day, and he and
But he
he
takes no
says,
action.
God, why can't I live? Why can't I win the lottery? I pray to you every day. I donate to charities and everything. And he dies one day and goes to heaven. And he says, God, why have you forsaken me? Why was I poor man all my life? And God says, well, Morris, could you meet me halfway and buy a friggin' ticket? You know, you know.
It reminds me that, remember the story, Claude, like the parable about the flood waters are coming, and he sees like the waters rising near his house,
Same
and a
story.
guy
Yep.
in a car drives by. Hey, jump in! The waters are coming. He's like, no, no, I've been praying to God. God's going to save me. Then
Yeah.
the waters get higher. Then the rowboat comes. No, no, I don't need to be saved. It's all right. I prayed to God. God's going to save me. Then he's on top of the roof.
Yeah.
Helicopter comes, drops down the rope, and says, "Oh no, it's all right. I pray to God. God's going to save me." And then he gets up to heaven and says, "God, why didn't you save me?" He said, "I sent someone to drive by to pick you up. I sent a rowboat. I sent a helicopter. What else did you want?"
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Well, I didn't pray for $1 million. I said, God, show me how to make $1 million.
I'm a firm believer that we have all the tools necessary to make as much money as we want, but we have to be
Yes.
very practical. Sales to me is the $1 million skill. I say this every day. Okay. If you have a good product or service, okay, and it's practical, you can make a good, honest buck from selling your product or service that does in some way help people or bring enjoyment or remove a pain. And you speak to enough people in a certain way that lends to your credibility, your veracity. I think
Yes.
you can't help but succeed in life. I'm living proof of it. Okay. I've done the corporate America. I did the legal thing. I did all the seminars. I chanted my mantras every morning, you know. And the one thing that changed for me was when I learned to be a little bit more of uh, um, the word it's an extrovert. I'm a recovering introvert. We've talked about this a little in previous sessions.
It's tough
I'm
to
the
believe, Claude.
it's I know. It's funny. I was the shy guy, the quiet guy. God, I used to turn beet red all the time in class. Okay. It just, and then one day you make a decision, and that's kind of our topic today. I'm going to show you my, I made this little thing here. Where is it? There it is. How to flip the switch in sales. And I have some really good notes and stuff on it. I'll get these all to you guys later today on there. Do you, and we'll just talk about this for a minute and then I'll do open forum and we can talk about anything you guys want. But flipping the switch to me means maybe changing the way you communicate, changing, maybe not so much a change in personality, but all of a sudden saying, I want to make this sale. What does that person need from me in order to for them to know, like, and trust me, to want to do business with me, to engage in a conversation with me? What do I need to do to change? What do I have to do different? That's my take on it. Any comments? Do you find sometimes when you get on the phone, you got a good prospect, you have an opportunity to make an honest buck? Do you find that maybe you get a little more adrenaline, you get a little more energized?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
think you have to, don't you?
Yes.
What if you're having the world's worst day, Brandon? You're having a bad day. I mean, your five chihuahuas peed on your favorite lazy boy chair, okay? I mean, you're just having a car has a flat tire. You got a bill you didn't expect. You just had a bad morning. And then you get a warm prospect on the phone. How are you going to let that bad day influence you?
You can't let it. Yeah, you have to almost like I almost call it like brainwashing myself, like or ignore it. Like my wife always says, you can I compartmentalize, right? By the way, newsflash, every person here probably has some stress going on in their life right
Yeah.
now.
Sure. Sure.
Everybody has something going on.
Oh yeah. I
Stress
wasted
is life.
Oh yeah, and it's so hard to turn it off. I received an inappropriate letter from an organization I'm a part of. I'm a board member on, and I wasted about 8 hours being pissed off about it.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who reacts? I get emotional. I wear my heart in my sleeve. I tell people, I'm honest about that.
Yeah.
And I finally this morning I was running. I said, you know what? I was just purely emotional. There's no logical reason for me to react. I didn't do anything wrong or anything inappropriate or anything. I just worked hard. There's an expression, no good deed goes unpunished. Have you ever heard that expression?
Yes,
Hmm.
I have.
Okay.
I
No
felt it
good
too.
deed goes unpunished. You ever do something really nice and pardon my language, you got shit for it?
Yes.
You did a really nice thing. You worked, your intentions were honorable and everything, and you got shit for it. It's like, what is that? How do we overcome stuff like that? I just think we have to think
Yeah.
our way through it, huh?
One of the things you mentioned, those, Claude, you were on a run. One of the, I, in sales, you're going to have either, I don't recommend having a bad day or a bad week or a bad month. You can have a bad hour or a bad moment, but try to get up. Like I like to get out and go for a walk and I try to listen to something positive, either a motivational video or some good positive uplifting music or my, UFC walkout music to kind of get me pumped back up or whatever it is. But like I have to sometimes changing that environment or changing your stand up and get up, like have a stand up desk, get up for a moment, walk around, take a break, and then get back to it.
I love what you just said. I really exercise, meditation, maybe prayer for some people. Let's go, Steve. You're having a bad day or something, and how do you get past it and move forward and stay positive?
Yeah, exercise typically works, and I get to have a drink, or sometimes I just take off. To be honest, like
Yeah.
when things are not, if the day is going really badly, I just say, you know what, give myself a break, and let's come back tomorrow and hit it right. So that doesn't happen very frequently anymore. I've gotten pretty good at dealing with bad days, So
I love what you just said. Get a drink. You'll go
Yeah.
next, Jessica. I love what you just said. It'll be 9 o'clock in the morning, and something will go wrong, or somebody or something, and I'll go to Claudia. Get me a honey. She hears me. I'm in a loft here in San Diego, and I'll scream downstairs to her. She'll hear me in the kitchen. I'll say, "Honey, get me a tequila." I won't get a tequila. I'm just but you know when someone drives you, what's the old Mae West Express or W.C. Fields said the best thing she ever did for me was drive me to drink. Go ahead, Jessica.
I was just going to say, for me, one of the things I do is I write it all down, how I'm feeling and why I feel that way, and like the people that are involved, to try to like break it down a little bit more, understand, are these emotions rational or not, and how can I respond in a polite way that could open their mind. And sometimes it's my mind that needs opening too, because I haven't seen things in a certain way, or I haven't seen it from their point of view. So I write it down and then I send a letter if necessary.
I love that.
It works.
I love so you're saying journaling?
Yes.
Okay. You know what's funny? I, I
Or
do that
type
every
it,
morning.
write it or type.
I type. I have Apple has a wonderful thing called Notes.
Yes.
And I have this one thing. It's my journal, and every day I put in sometimes one sentence or thought. Sometimes I'll write a couple paragraphs or something. It's a form of self-therapy, I guess, right?
It is. Well, it helps you understand. Sometimes it can be numbers as well. If you're doing business, it can be about numbers. So breaking down those numbers more clearly makes you realize, oh, I did better than I thought, or I didn't do so well. But just getting it down on paper, reading it, understanding it, and then communicating with the person that you're involved with on that to straighten things out. That works for me.
Alex, Alex Bolden? What do you think about this? How do you get when you're having a bad day, man? How do you get out of that funk?
Listen to something motivational.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Go for a walk.
Yeah.
Good.
Anybody in particular? I love Les Brown, Brian. Oh, what's his name?
Brian
Oh,
Tracy.
Brian Tracy. Thank
I
you.
like Brian Tracy. Sometimes, yeah, I switch between Brian Tracy and David Goggins.
Okay. Did you ever hear Les Brown?
Oh yeah, I listen to Les Brown as
Wait,
well.
his thing, everybody, write this down. Les Brown, Les Brown. He's on YouTube, and listen to his old video. It's got to be 30, 40 years old. It's called It's Possible.
Yeah,
It'll give you goosebumps. It's so good. And you got to hear it in front of a live audience. Get the live version because it's
yeah.
so fantastic. And it'll make you music too. Who said music before?
Yes.
Yeah, Brandon.
Music helps.
Sometimes you ever hear a good old tune that just makes you start,
Yeah.
you know, music can do that to you, can it?
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Randy or Jay, you guys any thoughts on turning a good day bad and getting away from it all?
I'll go on a long walk. Yeah, I ignore it. At my age, I just don't care. Screw
IDGASL, as I like to say, right?
them. Yep.
I
It's
don't
called
give a shit.
Dilligaf. Do I look like I give a?
Yep. We should have an amusement park, right? I don't give a hoot land, right? Right next to the Disneyland in
Yes.
Knott's Berry
There we
Farm,
go.
right? Absolutely. So that's our topic today. Let's do a little open forum. Anybody have a particular question or deal or anything they'd like to do? This is your time, open forum. We
I have
might
an
end
objection for you.
oh, go ahead.
So, Claude, I like this lease option thing, but why won't your tenant buyers just go get an FHA loan now? Like, why do we have to wait 36 months for that?
It's a good question because they've had some challenges in their life. They just moved, they just got married, they're working, they just started a new job and they need to season their credit line. They're waiting for money to come in. There's a lot of particular reasons. And I'm glad you asked that question because if it was my property, I'd do the same thing. To me, the thing about it is when we put people into your property, we verify that they're employed, so they have a source of income. We also check their credit, so we know not the world's worst people in the world. And we use a contract that sets out the standards for the care and maintenance of your property. Maybe this isn't comfortable for you. You'd rather have the property empty for a few more months until you sell it?
Oh no, absolutely not. I was just curious
Oh,
on why they
okay.
couldn't get the loan now.
There's many days. It's a great question. And if it was my property, like I said, I'd do the same thing. The thing is, your property's been empty for how many months, Mr. Bolden?
4 months now.
4 months, and you have a mortgage on it, and taxes, and insurance, and homeowner fees, and security, and landscaping.
Yeah, I do. I have all of that.
Are you married to the world's greatest woman? Because my wife would kill me.
Oh no, she's upset about that as well. She
Yeah,
wants to get rid of the
nothing,
house as well.
nothing upsets my wife more than writing checks on a dead property that I thought was the next Taj Mahal. So let me ask you something, sir. What would you need? What would you need from me in order for you and I to do business right now?
Well,
I'll
I would
let you
like
set.
it.
I'll let
I
you
would
set the
rather
terms. Go ahead.
I'd rather have a 12-month lease than a 36.
Would it be possible? That's a great. That's reasonable. How about we make? Could we make it 18 months at the least?
Yeah, 18 is still comfortable.
Okay. So if I sent you an offer today in the next hour for the purchase price of your property, what was that price you gave me again, sir?
Oh, 300,000.
Is that and your mortgage, as I recall, was what?
35.
35,000?
No, 3,500.
30. Oh, per month is your
Yeah,
payment.
per month.
But I meant the balance, sir. Forgive me, I wasn't accurate here. What do you mean? What is the
Oh,
balance
the
of the
mortgage.
entire mortgage?
Our balance now is 133.
Good for you, sir. So you have a lot of equity in that property.
Yes.
Okay, boom.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, without this going the world's longest role play, what did I do in the beginning? Well, Alex, thank you, by the way. That was a
No
great. Did you
problem.
like the way I handled it, or
Oh
you
yeah, I like the way you handled it.
see? I think you guys can take this and give me some feedback here. I think when they bring up something reasonable, like Alex did, hey, why don't they just buy it? Why don't they get an FHA loan or something like that? Is that an outrageous question?
No, no, not with
No,
lease options.
no. It's a good question, isn't it? A fair, reasonable question.
Yeah.
So what would the amateur guy do? Be argumentative, maybe?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, these are good people and everybody deserves a chance. And, oh, don't worry about it, sir. We'll just, we have a contract with, you know, when someone asks this is the psychology of persuasion. It really helps. When
Mhm.
someone asks you a reasonable question and you get defensive and then go into your presentation, what does
Yeah.
that say? What does that say subconsciously to that prospect who asked that good question?
Probably this guy doesn't know what he is doing.
Or go ahead. Anyone else?
Insecurity, maybe.
Insecurity. He's insecure.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about me. He'll say whatever he needs to say to get my property.
Yep.
If you say the same old tired banter or you're not reasonable and acknowledge them, say, that's a great question, sir. If I had a property, I'd have the same concerns.
Yes.
Where does that place you with that prospect at that moment, rather than being argumentative or defensive?
You understand him. You understand his feelings. You're
Right. Can you
not
still
stroke and nurture, but it's what Claudism would the term be?
can you still fix it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to fix it, but you've got to change. I always use the Steve Jobs thing, think differently. I think in sales, you have to act differently. You can be totally honest with people.
Mhm.
Okay. What do the kids call it? Transparency, organic, all this stuff. Can you
Yeah.
be, Brandon, I got to ask you this question because you're a trainer too. Can you
Yeah.
be totally honest with somebody, but still fix it so they want to do business with you?
Yes.
Of course. Yeah. In fact, I'm thinking like some of the best coaches I think of, like John Wooden and Nick Saban and stuff. They're not sweeping the issues or problems under the rug and not facing them. They see what's going on, they acknowledge it, and then they come up with a game plan on how to resolve it.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
nothing worse than a salesman that doesn't really talk straight. So you end up walking out of there thinking, what, this happened to me recently. What actually are the real numbers and what's really going on?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Really confusing.
Did you ever meet the salesperson who obfuscates what I mean? They don't ask a simple, direct question. Gee,
Yes,
what's the, how much is it going to cost me to do this deal? What will be the payments per month? Or,
right.
what's the neighborhood like? Or, and things like that. By the way, when someone asks a question, can you start to answer it and then maybe turn that question into a question?
Yes.
Jay Mora, that was a great question, Jay. I'm really glad you asked it. You must have brought up the payments for a reason. I can find that out for you, Jay. I don't really know right now on it. Depends on the mortgage rate and how much you put down and a lot of it. Why did you bring that up? You don't have a budget in mind or something like that, do you?
Well, yeah, I do.
Could you share that with me? I'll take some notes here and let me see what I can do to help you today, if that's
Yeah,
what you'd like.
yeah. So for this property, I do need I do need $3,200 a month.
Okay. And if I
And
could, let's pretend for a moment I could get you $3,200 a month. I could get that for you in writing with a contract and a reasonable down payment and everything. What would you say to me? What would you say to me next?
if you can get me that and a reasonable down payment, well, define reasonable, we can do business.
What?
We can do business.
Oh, okay. And you're the decision maker on this, or do you have to go to a spouse or a board of directors or
I'm the man of the household.
a real man? A
Absolutely.
real man. Hey, his wife isn't home.
Yeah.
Right. He looked over his shoulder
My
just
wife
for a
is Dexter's
second. He's like,
That was great. You never know what's going to happen in role plays, Jay. But the thing is, can we turn when they bring up stalls, objections, and they ask questions? Can we get out of that? Can we flip the switch and get into that? Gee, this might be an opportunity to close them. You could
Yes.
raise. Can we do a hypothetical close? Hey, Mr. Mora, I don't know if I could help you here. I don't want to make promises I can't keep, but you told me you're looking for $3,200 a month with someone with reasonable credit and they're employed. If I could do that, could we structure a lease purchase today for 18 months? Is that comfortable for you? It's okay to say no.
Yeah, for 18 months, I can do that.
What?
I can do that.
What am I so annoying with those whats, by the way? Does that know just to be annoying? Why do I
I,
do that?
I like to hear him say it twice. That's why I do this.
Isn't it? Yeah. Isn't it good when you something positive? Visa, MasterCard, or should I wire you the money, Mr. Brandon?
Wire's probably better. Let me go and give you
Yep.
that routing
Okay,
number.
I can do it. I can do that. When do you? Can I do it later in the week or something like that?
No, you can probably just do it from your banking app, right? Right now.
I don't know. I'm not really good with that. I was just going to drive down to the bank tomorrow or Wednesday or something like that.
Well, do you have a card handy then? Is that going to be easier for you?
I do, but I don't have the 25,000 you needed. I only have 8,000 on my card.
Okay. And so suppose I take the 8,000 now on the card and then just wire the rest later today. Will that work?
I think I could make that. I think I could make that work. Listen to
Oh,
the words.
okay.
When I use that word think, what am I doing?
So he's not fully committed yet, right?
Right,
So
which means what do you got to do to fix that right now? This is your magic moment, right?
we got to
You're
find out
you're
what's
closing it.
behind the think, right? What do you mean
Yes.
think about it?
Give me a little nurturing, Claude. That's
Yeah.
what a good negotiator you are.
So
Give me
talk about how it's going to help them and what a big decision they're making. Compliment them.
go over his 3 to 6 needs and greeds again. You see, he's coming. What happens? People make $1 million rule. People make decisions emotionally real fast. You can
Yeah.
close people so quickly when you get them emotionally involved. But sometimes they lose that and they go back to the intellectual side, right?
And don't you think, Claude, they both have to be aligned though? Because if people love it, but they haven't done their numbers and stuff, then it can backfire and they can end up canceling a
You're
contract
right.
or something.
You're
So
right. So
got to give them those answers
you
too, so
get
they know what they're doing.
you get commitment, closure, emotionally, but you still have to be reasonable and give them the intellectual side, okay, so that
Yes.
they can see when you give them, when you sell them emotionally, and then you just get off the phone and you take the money, they're going to say, gee, I don't know what I just bought. He didn't tell me
Right.
anything about it or anything.
Exactly.
Maybe, Brandon, I talked with my guru and my wife and my chihuahuas, and I'm going to hold off on this for a while. Now what happened to your little bitty heart there, man?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
gone bye. I'll share a quick story, Claude. True story. Helping out another investor had me jump on the phone with the seller. He had him pretty much closed, like really close. And then I got on and I verified. But the third step on the closing is confirm the close. Like, make sure every decision maker is involved, make sure like there's no other reason why they can't move forward.
Yes.
When I started to go down that road, I heard the panic in his voice. Like, no, you're losing the sale. Like, oh no, like like you're gonna lose this. But what actually I did, I flushed out the last objection, so that way, whenever they were able to make that final commitment, then they were able to move forward. Then they're like, oh, I see what you did now. Oh my gosh. I'm like, what good is it to do to try to get something under contract or send a contract and then they don't sign it or they cancel a few days later?
Yes.
We've all had that, and this is where you got to get a little tough. If the prospect, they're supposed to wire you the money, they're supposed to sign a contract, they're supposed to be at a meeting, and none of that occurs. This is the hardest part of sales that I teach. Hardest part. Whose fault is it if they ghost you?
Yours.
Why?
Because they don't understand. They right?
Brandon, let me ask you back in the roll. Brandon, I love that we're doing business and we worked out the 8,000 down today. You gave me your credit card and you're going to wire me money tomorrow. And everything's great. And I'm going to send you an agreement and you're going to get that back to me today as you promised already. Brandon, this was our first meeting and we moved a little fast here. Are you comfortable with all this? I mean, I don't want you to get off the phone and then have second thoughts or
Well,
anything.
it's not every day that I spend $25,000 in 20-minute phone call, but
I understand that, and that's why we want to talk about you. This is
yeah.
about you, and if you're going to say no, this might be the time to do it rather than I don't want you to do something that you're not comfortable with.
I guess my only concern is
Okay. Well, you told me before A, B,
Mhm,
C, D, and E. And the way we're going to, and these are your problems. These are your
mhm,
emotional issues and things. It's costing you money. It's costing you time. Your wife can't sleep at night. The dogs don't like you anymore. And you've always wanted to go to Guadalajara. So
yeah,
if this is the way we're going to fix it. A, B, C, and then we go into the intellectual. This is the
there you
way.
go.
And I want to make sure you're comfortable with this decision.
And by the way, this is if you've done all this, this is the presentation, right? You can go more into the presentation because they're qualified, they're interested, they need what you have, they have the ability to pay you. So now you're allowed to present and you
Yeah.
can go and present a little bit and help resolve any of those last minute concerns or
Yeah.
anything like
Do
that.
I always remember that I can't, there was a commercial and I kind of took it and molded it into a sales. Do you suffer from premature presentation?
I still use that, Claude.
Do you
Yeah.
suffer from the agony of hemorrhoids? Remember that was a real commercial from Proper
Oh,
pH or
and
something?
there's a lot of people that just go right into like the default is to just start presenting,
Yeah.
not asking questions, right?
Why do they, and I think a lot of people give a premature present. Oh my God, I finally got a warm prospect.
Yeah.
Right.
And we get too emotionally involved and we overreact and we get diarrhea of the mouth, right? Let me
Hmm.
tell you,
Oh, but I think it froze on me.
We can see you.
I think Claude froze.
Claude is
Did we
gone.
lose Claude or is it me?
We lost.
I believe it's Claude. We probably lost him.
Oh, let me.
Oh no! Can you jump back in, or
I'm sure he'll jump back in.
Yeah.
probably press the exit button or something?
Yeah, he'll be back.
Well, I'm doing my 2 miles, so I'm double tasking right now.
It's good to get that workout in.
Yep. Just even a good walk in the morning, weights later on today. Then I'm done. Lifting my 40-pound son now is quite a good weight training.
Oh yeah, there you go.
He loves piggybacks, so that's a good, that's a good workout actually. Putting him on my back and walking around, that's like putting a 40-pound backpack on, and
Yeah, or like a weighted vest.
it's great for your core,
Yes,
you
it
know.
is.
So yeah, got to be done. Did anyone happen to watch 60 Minutes last night where they had that guy talking about living longer and healthy, and he has these $1 million clients that
Yeah.
$800,000 to see him? Did anyone watch that? He talked a lot about exercise being one component of good health, and diet, of course. And he didn't mention sleep, which I was kind of surprised about.
Yeah, because
But
it's
think,
important.
yeah.
But when
sleep's
it
really
comes
important.
to sales, Jessica, do you ask the good questions like a doctor and ask what's bothering them? What they
I
need help with?
I mean, I'm usually on the other end because I'm a real estate investor.
Hold on. I gotta see. I can't hear you.
Okay, hold on. I'm
Hold
out.
on. I'm gonna check your blood pressure real quick, Jessica.
Sorry, I'm outside, so it's a little bit noisy. But I think I'm a real estate investor, so I'm usually the one doing the buying. So I have to make sure I'm asked the right questions. And I'm reviewing a deal that I did a couple of years ago when we were adopting our son, and we were getting, taking vows, and all these things were going on. And I must admit, I really kind of dropped the ball. I didn't ask a lot of questions. And I'm doing the autopsy now and realizing I left quite a bit of money on the table. And most of the problem was I really didn't ask the right questions. And so, yeah, that's huge, right?
Claude,
And
while you froze, I ran and grabbed my doctor's outfit here and moved into my doctor's office.
I know. I'm wondering, how did he do that quick change so fast?
It's Halloween, man. You get this stuff. But
yeah.
but this is what Guts is about, right, Claude? Is we got to be professionals like a doctor, ask good questions, what's ailing them, find out what's happening, then give them the
Yes.
prescription.
Exactly. And I apologize. Cox Cable, wonderful San Diego Cox Cable, just dropped my whole internet. That never happens.
Oh.
It just completely shut down, and I don't know why. We paid the bill. And you're talking about costumes for Halloween. Just a moment here. I go running every morning around a really nice suburban San Diego neighborhood. People, Steve, you're up in LA, I believe. How crazy are Californians with Halloween? I've got people.
Right.
You think Christmas decorations are crazy? I got people with coffins on their lawn with rubber human hands coming out. I mean, it's crazy here.
Yes. Oh wow.
There's one guy who has morgue. He's got morgue San Diego morgue bags. The dead body plastic bags. He's got them on his lawn and stuff. I mean, it's a little bit over. I would think little kids would be scared to death of some of this stuff.
I know.
On everything. I apologize. I had a lovely, and I'll send it to you. I had a lovely outline here, and I'll email that to everybody. And basically, I'll just go over it because I have to leave a little early today. Flipping the switch in sales. And flipping the switch, and I'm just going to read this outline real quick. It means activating confidence, control, and enthusiasm at will.
Yeah.
With when you're in that presentation mode, it's basically shifting from a passive. You're a nice, easygoing, maybe a quiet person. We need quiet people in life, right? Not
Yes.
everybody, but we like quiet. I like quiet ones. So I don't think I'm an extrovert or an introvert. I'm something new. A new word I learned 2 weeks ago. I'm an ambivert. I think I can switch modes. Sometimes I like to be in a quiet place.
Same.
What was that? What was that, Andrew? Alexander?
I said I'm the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I get excited. I do a little preparation, believe it or not, for these meetings. And I'm enthusiastic about sales because it gave me everything I want. Jessica, you want $1 million? All you got to do is just use that great outgoing personality of yours. Throw all the filters out. Turn into that one aunt or grandmother you have in your family who says those embarrassing things all the time. I think that's what you have to turn into. So the personality spectrum is: are you an introvert, an extrovert, or an ambivert? I think sometimes enthusiasm sells. I don't think. I believe.
Claude, you said you're activating. What were the things that you're activating again? I was going to write those down.
I'm activating confidence, control, and enthusiasm at will. I'm making a conscious decision to just talk to somebody, ask questions. Why are we talking today? Can I make you an offer? Can I have your permission to make you an offer, Mr. Aranda? Is it okay? You can say no to me. God bless you. I'm here to make money and help you solve your problem. Maybe we can work that out today, or is that out of the question, sir? Boom. I move very quickly. DQ, do it quick sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Did that answer your question there, Brandon?
Yeah, I wrote that down. Yeah,
Okay.
Activating confidence, control, and enthusiasm.
And I have an outline. I'll send it to all of you today. Yeah. Number 3, ask questions gut style. Okay, gain attention, uncover, transform, satisfy. Every question must move the prospect emotionally till you qualify them, till you can get a commitment or a yes, and then you go into your formal presentation. The 3 psychological triggers are scarcity, authority, and social proof. These are the most important. The scarcity is that there's a shortage of something in this in your time, in the property available, but you have to do it sincerely. You can't make it sound like it's like you're a used car person.
And
yeah. You got to use your authority. You've got to say, hey, this is what I do. I've been in real estate sales for a long time. I want to help you. This is what I would do if I was in your shoes. This is my advice to you. Boom. Use your authority. Use your expertise. That's why they're coming to you. There's something they need. Use your social proof. I'm busy. I work with a lot of clients. I have people in other places. I've been doing this for 20 years. Use your social proof. Birds of a feather flock together. They want to know that you're not a guy who just got your you just went to a seminar, just got your real estate license or something. Use these things that you've earned and get yourself, number 5, to the magic moment. Okay, the final confident moment when you just go for it. What would you like to do next, Mr. Mora? I've made a decision. I want to work with you. God bless you if you say no to me. Just say it now. But I think I know we can solve your problems that you've outlined to me. Can I have your permission to make an offer? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. And please, imagine for a moment. And then you go into an imagination forum, which I like to do. And then the last DAPI, use that that guts close technique. Decision, who makes it? Authority, do they have it? Permission, do you have to ask? And imagine, paint the vision of the outcome they want.
Right.
Okay, that's gut style closing. Going for it, going for that. People make decisions emotionally quickly. Okay, take advantage of that. And when you get to, you take your time, you think about it. Statistically, what happens in our world when we lose a hot prospect, when we lose a quality prospect? what happens when they go back into the world and they have to check things, go to other people, go to our competition. I think statistically, the chances of losing that sale completely go through the roof.
Yeah, absolutely.
Claude, I'll share something with you interesting. We were just in Mexico this week. That's hence the little background picture there. That's from Puerto Penasco, Rocky Point. But we go to the shops, right? And there's vendors. They know their only shot to sell you is while you're at that shop. The minute you walk out, you're probably never coming back into their shop.
Yeah.
So you got to be able to like get their attention, make an offer, get them interested in something right away.
Absolutely. Guys, I have to go.
All right.
I have a ophthalmology, my annual ophthalmology exam or whatever, eye doctor.
Thanks, Claude.
Once a year. So was today good?
It's great.
It was good.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Very motivating. Thank you for your input and contributions. Apologies for the technological issues. Brandon learned how to do the hearts. You guys,
That's right.
there's some wonderful things you can do in your, I'm on my phone. I can't do it. But listen, thanks everybody. Have a great week. If anyone wants to call me tomorrow, I'll be in the car all day. We're driving back to Colorado ski season. So
All right.
no appointment necessary. Just have to call my number. You guys all have it.
I'll be hitting you up, Claude.
Yeah, we'll be on the road at 7:00 Pacific time, and share the drive with me. Take
How
care.
far are you from Denver? How far are you from Denver?
1,106 miles.
Okay.
I know it to the mile. It's a look. Actually, we don't go to Denver. We go to Winter Park. Denver's another 35, 40 miles away.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.